let's derive the quadratic formula. Now, in order to derive the quadratic formula, you need to absolutely know the completing the square. If you don't know completing the square, please watch the completing the square song, and there's a video that's associated with it after it, and then if you watch it, you'll understand what completing the square is. So you factor the a out from the first two terms. That's how you complete the square, step 1. And then you take what's in front of x and take the half of it, so it's b over 2a. That goes into the square, and then you subtract a times this thing squared. And if you are not so sure how this is equal to the previous one, you can always expand this and simplify this to see that it actually gives you the same thing. Okay, so that's what we have once we complete the square. Then what we can do is we can move these terms to the other side, and when you move terms, they become negative of the signs are negated. So negative of negative is positive, so it's a times b over 2a squared, and then minus c on the right side. And then you can divide a both sides so that these cancel. And let's do a little bit more calculation here. B over 2a squared will be b squared over 4a squared, because you squared top and bottom. And that tells us that I need to combine these two terms, combine these two fractions. If I and in order to do that, I have to make common denominators by multiplying by 4a top and bottom. So we get 4ac over 4a squared. Then we have it as a single fraction, and that will bring us to this. Okay, then you can take the square root, right? You take the square root, and don't forget that whenever you take the square root, you need plus or minus. And just to illustrate that, so for example, if you have x squared equals to 4, there are two answers, plus 2 and minus 2, right? So whenever you take the square root to both sides and you're solving for x, you have to put both plus and minus. That's why you need this plus and minus. Then we move b over 2a to the other side, and you get x equals to negative b over 2a. And then because square roots can be applied top and bottom separately, but if you think about 4a squared, that's 2a squared, right? So square root of that would be just 2a. So we get negative b over 2a plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And then finally, since they have the common denominator, you can put them together into a single fraction, and the result is this beautiful equation. Well, not so beautiful, actually. It's very cumbersome to remember. So you should remember this using like a song, right? I have a song for quadratic equations formula, quadratic formula on my channel, so you should also look at that too.